Dare I say that Amber Rose is in her scam girl era? Allegedly, of course. Hi, my babies. Welcome back to my channel. Recently, Amber Rose has been getting a lot of attention for her political views. She has decided to endorse Donald Trump, and honestly, I don't care who she endorses. This is not a political channel, and everyone is free to vote for who they think is a best fit. And with the current options, yeah, I don't really think there is a best fit, but it is what it is.
And you have to be able to hit the ball a long way. And I do it. He doesn't do it. He can't hit a ball 50 yards. He challenged me to a golf match. He can't hit a ball 50 yards.
Anyways, I might not like talking about politics, but I do love talking about scammers. And everything that Amber Rose has done in the last month or two is screaming scam girl era, allegedly. If you don't know who Amber Rose is, she is a former model who was brought into the limelight when she started dating Kanye West. People were fascinated by her because, one, people are always fascinated by Kanye West, but also Amber is a very pretty girl that just happens to be bald. That's it. It doesn't take much to capture people's attention. Since then, she's dated a number of rappers and even had a baby with Wiz Khalifa. Outside of who she's dated, most of the attention that Amber gets has been around her feminist advocacy for women's rights and different feminist movements, including the slut walk. Amber started trending on Twitter after posting these photos of her decked out in America with her Donald Trump chain, and another photo with her, Trump, and his wife. And of course, the comments weren't on her side. Someone said, "You're not embarrassed? You really went from the slut walk, which is what? Taking a stance against rape culture and assault, to supporting a man who..." Never mind. Someone else posted a screenshot of one of Amber's old tweets that has now been deleted. The tweet reads, "Man, fuck the fact that he's old, and fuck the fact that he was on TV. He is a predator, just like Trump and Harvey. I hope they get their day as well. So y'all are gonna sit..." And then we don't know what the rest of the tweet says because it has been deleted since. Someone else said, "Remember when you hosted the slut walk for women's empowerment? How do we go from that to endorsing a person with several assault allegations who screamed, 'Grab him by the pussy'?" Amber was also stopped by TMZ paparazzi and asked about some of the backlash that she has received since endorsing Donald Trump.
A lot of people were shocked with your, endorsement of Donald Trump. I mean, you're all about women's rights issues. I mean, what was the reason for the big change?
Is Donald Trump not for women's rights issues?
I mean, I guess a lot of people were
He's trying to make America great again. That's for women too, right?
Now, this video is what really sells the grift for me. People change their view and stance on things all the time, but they usually don't forget the previous information they've learned, and Amber has been very outspoken about calling Trump an abuser against women. For her to all of a sudden not understand why people would be confused is just a lie. It would be one thing if she said she used to think he was against women's rights and now she's changed her mind because of whatever reasons. A lot of people still wouldn't believe her, of course, but it would at least show the process of her mind shift. But instead, she just pretends it never happened, and babes, we know it happened. It's all documented. There are so many articles written about Amber hating Trump. And at one point, she even called him the Antichrist.
Amber Rose called President Trump the Antichrist during a political debate on her podcast.
The book of Revelations, right? They talk about like the Antichrist that is like almost beloved. We could say that he's beloved by a lot of people.
So are you saying this is the Antichrist? He has come?
I think so.
Oof.
Amber's work with the feminist movement Slut Walk also involved a lot of her calling out abuse and sexual harassment towards women.
Most men are sexual predators because their parents didn't teach them to not be. So let's move forward.
You don't really believe that.
Let's teach our sons about consent. Let's teach our sons about, regardless of what she has on, do not go and touch her.
Again, I'm not saying that someone who had this point of view 5 years ago couldn't change their mind and stance, but so far she hasn't given any real reason what made her change her opinion. And if she truly believed in what she's advocating for now, I think any intelligent human would explain how they got there so they could help others see the light too.
I wanted to ask you, so it seems like a lot of celebrities are kind of like voting for Trump now. I mean, why do you think people are kind of like changing their way of like...
I think we just did our research and we're just, we're not brainwashed anymore by the left. I can say that about myself. All these years I've been brainwashed and I'm not anymore. So.
She talks about no longer being brainwashed, yet hasn't used any of this attention to help free the other people who I assume she would think is still brainwashed. I personally believe, and this is just my opinion, Amber is banking on the people that will be supporting her not caring about the lack of logic involved or just being stupid enough to believe anything that they're told without wanting to do their own research or understanding. Amber has always relied on her shock value to attract a crowd and keep her name in the media. And in the recent years, people have not really cared or given her much attention because we've seen it before. Been there, done that. People aren't shocked at someone calling themselves a hoe or a slut anymore. And personally, I think that she decided to jump on the Republican money train to help keep her career alive, allegedly. We see it all the time when people use getting canceled in their favor to profit off of the right.
Everybody I know who's married right now, they're married to broke ass.
And it's like, aren't y'all tired of getting played? Regardless of the party, I think it's a slap in the face when someone uses others' core values to benefit themselves while not even caring about what those values are. And I'm not conservative or Republican, but I think it's a bad look for any party when you welcome people with open arms and it's very clear that they just want to profit off of you. And maybe everything she supported has been a part of her grift, and it was just harder to tell because she is a former sex worker and she has used her personal experiences to back the movements that she supported. I also think that it's kind of stupid for us to care so much about who celebrities support. Those people do not care about you or I. They care about them, others like them, and their own pockets. Anyways, here are more tweets about Amber's new political endorsement. Someone said, Amber Rose must be going broke. This is very broke behavior. Another tweet read, it's the first thing broke celebs do when their pockets are dry. Pledge their allegiance to dumpy small hands. Another tweet read, anytime influencers go broke, they go conservative. It's easy to make a buck out of the conservatives because their hatred always blinds them. Now, I know many people wouldn't consider what we've seen so far to be an actual scam. At the worst, she's lying for attention, and I don't know if Amber is even getting paid for her endorsement. But what I do recognize, at least, is what seems to be a pretty common marketing strategy being used on her own Twitter page. Now, when we look back at Amber's Twitter and back at her old tweets before she decided to endorse Donald Trump, you can see that her tweets do not get a lot of engagement. Most of her tweets are getting under 200 likes, and there's just not a lot of engagement going on with them, which to me shows that people were not really that interested in what Amber was saying or doing at this time. Now, in November 9th of 2023, Amber decided to share with everyone that she would be starting her own podcast on YouTube. After that tweet, Amber became really inactive on her account. Now, I don't know if she just decided to switch her focus to her YouTube and podcast, or if Amber noticed that people were not really that interested in what she was doing on Twitter. For whatever reason, she became inactive and only tweeted out 3 things in all of 2024 up until June 25th. Now, her first tweets in June are actually really interesting because they're both a warning to her fans about other people using her name to scam them. She then posts a video of herself with the same warning to her fans.
Hey you guys, I just wanted to say that I am not hacked at all. I just haven't launched a coin. So anybody using my name is scamming. So yeah, just follow me, my tweets on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. And just stay tuned. Have a safe night.
Now, June 25th is when Amber came back to Twitter with those tweets warning her fans. And on June 26th is when we see that she posts herself in her mega hat. And when you look at that tweet, you can see that this tweet has 43,000 likes. And just comparing that to the previous tweets that we just went over, this is a huge jump in engagement for her. The very next tweet she posts says, y'all ready for my coin to drop? And it's actually funny because there's a community note added to that tweet that says, please beware, Amber Rose has promoted numerous crypto scams in the past. Now, Amber did address this because obviously if she's going to be promoting other crypto scams, coins, she needs to make sure that her audience and fans can trust her. She addressed this by saying, I'd like to address this community note. When I made those promotional posts, I wasn't as knowledgeable about crypto as I am now. At the time, I didn't fully understand the nature of paid promotions in this space. Moving forward, I want to assure you that I am committed to this project for the long run and will be heavily involved. My goal is to provide transparent and informed communication to our community. Now, I don't know if Amber was aware that she was promoting scams or not, but it is very interesting that all of her posts since she's she's returned are all about her supporting Donald Trump and crypto. And I do mean all of her posts. I mean, since June 25th, she has not stopped tweeting, and all of these posts are either her wearing a MAGA hat or her talking about this new coin that she just dropped. Now, this is as far as my investigation can really go because the crypto space is not my space, and there are crypto channels that you can find that I'm sure are actually talking about this already. But it's clear to me that Amber is just using her new Republican Party support to support her own pockets. She seems almost desperate in the ways that she's tweeting out, and she's really relying heavily on the fact that people that support Donald Trump and the Republican Party also will support her. Amber went from being an outspoken Democrat that hated Donald Trump to now being one of his biggest fans, and she's using that attention to funnel in more people that will buy into her crypto coin. CoffeeZilla is one YouTuber that I have been watching that has been reporting on these celebrities and their crypto scams.
But now he decides, I've got to launch my own coin on pump.fun, which has been the place all these celebrities have been launching their meme coin scams. Immediately, the project rug pulls because he stole the scam idea from somebody else. People like Caitlyn Jenner, Iggy Azalea. Remember, they used somebody named Sahil. Okay? They used a promoter who they immediately said, we got scammed by this guy. The guy ripped off all our fans. It was a scam.
Now, I don't know if Amber is planning on doing a rug pull like these other celebrities mentioned, but with her previous engagements in the crypto space and the warnings all over Twitter about her, I wouldn't be surprised. Only time can tell. And if anyone does end up getting scammed, I mean, you bought into her lies, and that really just sucks for you. I'm not even in the crypto spaces, and I can see the red flags on Amber from a mile away. Anyways, tell me what you think about Amber's new political endorsement, and if she's trying to gain something from this, or do you think that she genuinely just had a change of heart? Leave your opinion in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, love you, bye.